Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take sources you send us, really dig in, and pull out the most fascinating insights just for you. Today, we're jumping into something pretty fantastic. It's this rich narrative text you shared, all about a young prince, Llesho, and his journey. It feels like this wild blend of high fantasy, but also a really deep personal quest, navigating this complex, magical world.
Yeah, and it doesn't ease you in, does it? The story just kind of throws us right there with Filtro. He's a prince, he's in exile, dealing with some heavy loss, and, well, he's on this quest tied to prophecies, big magic, the fate of his kingdom, thieving. But it starts really small, really personal, just inside his own head, actually.
Absolutely. So, our mission here, we're going to sift through this narrative, find those key moments, those really juicy bits about, Llesho's journey, this strange world, the people he meets, the forces pulling the strings, basically what it all tells us. Okay,
Okay.
let's unpack this. Starting with Llesho's biggest immediate worry, his dreams and, well, his sanity. So we meet Llesho, and right away, he's wrestling with these dreams, vivid ones, featuring this guy, Master Markko, who, spoiler, turns out to be a major antagonist, a magician, a traitor.
And in the dream, Marco's telling him he's dying. Llesho actually believes it in the dream. Then he wakes up totally lost, wondering, am I going mad?
It sets the tone immediately, doesn't it? This epic quest thing. It starts not with some, grand pronouncement, but with this really intense vulnerability. Are the dreams real, prophetic, or is he just cracking under the pressure?
Yeah, that question just hangs there, which naturally leads him to seek some advice
Yeah.
from, let's say, a very unconventional source, Master Din.
Master Den, described as a trickster god.
Yeah.
Wait for it. A laundryman.
A laundryman, a trickster god sorting laundry. I mean, right away, that tells you the divine here isn't some lofty, far-off thing. They're like right there, unpredictable,
Hmm.
maybe even a bit
Mm-hmm.
mundane sometimes.
So Llesho makes an offering, right? Looking for big answers about his dreams, his future.
And Den's response, super cryptic. You are wanted at the palace.
Yeah.
Takes Lesho's coin, flips it, pockets it
Mm-hmm.
with a wink. That little lopsided grin. It's just peak trickster god. You're not getting a straight answer here.
Okay, so after that, less than helpful divine chat, Llesho basically has to figure it out himself, which means hitting the road, he disguises himself.
Mhm.
Imperial militia cadet.
Right. And what he carries tells you so much. These gifts of the mortal goddess. A jade cup, okay, and a short spear. But get this description of the spear. It seemed to want him dead.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not just a weapon. It's got a will, a hostile one. Magic here isn't just casting spells. It's like baked into things. And these quest items, they're active, maybe even dangerous to him.
And the trigger for leaving isn't just this internal quest, is it? It's Master Markko. Real danger. We find out Kedu, someone Llesho cares about, and her dad, a general, they have this awful history with Markko. His evil, the text says.
Instantly raises the stakes, you know.
Yeah.
Marco isn't some abstract villain. He's hurt people Llesho knows personally. And Kedu's worried sick about Llesho. Tells him he can't take care of yourself on the road. It shows he's not just some hero prince. He's a young guy, maybe vulnerable, and people are genuinely scared for him because of Marco.
So they head out onto the Thousand Li Road to the west, and the description is just, wow, an engineering marvel. Looks like brushstrokes, wide as a market, buzzing with people, merchants, camels.
It paints this picture of a huge connected empire, right? But then, boom, the source pivots straight to the road's history. Master Den tells this story about Shan and its Great Wall, built way back, warlord times, for defense. Den talks about how Shan grew, people settled outside the wall. Then they get attacked. And the false generals, the politicians, they abandoned the people outside. So the barbarians, who are actually the modern Shan people, took the city back. Secret tunnels, known by some wanderer.
So even this amazing road, this symbol of connection, it's rooted in conflict, betrayal, violence.
Yeah, exactly. The scars are still there. And you see Llesho connect instantly, thinks of his home, Kungol, no wall. Wonders if his family,
Yeah.
might have survived if they'd had one.
That unspoken grief, Master Den picks up on it, though.
Yeah, the text says he followed all that Llesho did not say. And Din uses this whole wall story to make a point. What really protects Shan now, not the wall. It's the Emperor. Sho.
Leadership, character, not just bricks and mortar.
Right. And that hits Llesho hard, makes him doubt himself. He thinks not yet. Like, he's not that kind of leader. It's a powerful idea. The strength of character versus physical defenses.
It's interesting, though, even while getting this, divine-ish insight, Llesho's thinking, trusting fate to a god like Den seems unwise. He's not just blindly following.
Which is probably smart with a trickster god. So they arrive at this caravansary near Shan. Super busy, merchants, camels, inns everywhere. And Llesho has this thought. The barbarian is once again at your gate, but this time he's brought his shop and money counter with him.
So it's not the old invasion threat. It's different now. Economic, maybe, cultural.
Seems like it. The dynamic's changing. And inside the inn, the Moon and Star, it reinforces this complex, messy world. You've got all sorts of people. Conversations overlap. Like you're talking about the harness slave trade being outlawed.
Okay.
But the harness traders there, they're arguing about the penalties, not whether it's right or wrong. Shows a totally different viewpoint, doesn't it? And there's this deep suspicion of outsiders.
Yeah, you mentioned that. An old soldier.
Right, just blurts out, treacherous bastards will sleep with the camels tonight. Just lays bare that mistrust bubbling under the surface. And it's here, in this tense place, that Llesho's brother, Adar, shows this unexpected talent.
Oh.
The source calls him an accomplished liar. He plays the fool, jokes around, builds camaraderie. It tells you that, well, sometimes you got to deceive, you've got to play a role just to survive or get by in this world, even on a noble quest.
Oh. And this inn is significant.
Yeah, apparently Huang agents Emperor shows people favor it, and it connects back to past events. Master Jack's guide nearby, fighting Markko's forces. So, history, current threats, political maneuvering, it all kind of converges right there in that inn.
And just when you think you're getting a feel for the place, bam, fire, the inn's on fire. Llesho's instantly thrown. Is it real? Another dream. The source just says, fire was the devourer.
Sheer terror.
That blurring of dream and reality again. And the fear is palpable. But then the twist, it gets even more shocking. Llesho gets hit, wakes up, he's tied up
What hit?
on a camel.
Captured. By who? Markko. Nope. Get this. Dognut. Show's musician. Harlal, that drover they met, and his own brother, Balar. They're his captors. It's not the enemy, it's people linked to his allies.
What? Why?
It's this really twisted form of loyalty, I guess. Balar thinks Show's plan traveling out in the open is insane, reckless. The fool left himself fully exposed, he says. Balar thought he, Luca, and Llesho were meant to travel safely, maybe have a nice reunion somewhere safe. Show's approach put them all at risk, in Balar's eyes.
Oh, he kidnapped his own brother to protect him.
Pretty much. He even admits it sounds totally overwhelmed. I'm not a soldier, I just can't do what you expect of me. It shows the massive pressure everyone's under, and how differently people react to fear and what they think is right.
Wow. Okay, so while they're traveling like this, captured.
Ironically, yeah, Llesho learns more about the deeper magic of this world. We hear about the Tashek religion, dreamers, wastrels, and this figure, the Dinya, a spiritual leader.
The Dinya.
Oh, yeah.
What's her role?
She has this crucial vision. Says Markko is hunting for the gardener of heaven, this being called Pig. But Markko sees Pig as a great black pearl on a silver chain around the throat of that prince, Llesho.
So the vision directly links Llesho, the pearls we'll see later, his dreams, to Markko's goal.
Exactly. It pulls his personal stuff right into the main conflict. His trauma, his dreams, they're not side issues, they're central. Even though at this point, Llesho doesn't have that silver chain yet.
Okay, so where are they taking him?
To Aqabad, a city built into cliffs. The landscape isn't as empty as you'd think, but the city itself, caves, ancient carvings, these old Tashik nomads living there, it feels ancient, spiritually charged.
A place where magic feels close.
Definitely. Feels like the veil between worlds is thin there.
And Llesho meets Luca again, his other brother. He's already there with the Dinka, but Luca's different.
How so? He's distant, pragmatic, like he's seeing secrets. Not the idealistic brother Llesho remembers. And Luca's view of the future, really bleak. Says he sees himself in none of the millions of tomorrows. Hints at this heavy fate, or maybe no future for him at all. It's heartbreaking.
And the Dinya herself. You said she's a spiritual leader.
Right. Introduced as blind, but later it says she has inward-seeing eyes. A dream reader. She's the key to this place. And this is where Llesho's own connection to the dream world, the thing that's haunted him, really comes into focus.
What happens?
It gets explored, all right, brutally. Markko attacks Aqabad, but not physically. He attacks in the dream realm.
And the consequences.
Horrifyingly real. The Dinya, the other dream readers, they're killed in the real world because of the dream attack. This is huge. It proves the dreams aren't just visions. The dream world is a battlefield, a real one, with deadly stakes. Markko's power goes way beyond normal magic.
It's intense. But in the aftermath.
Something amazing happens. The well in Aqabad, it was dry. Suddenly it starts flowing again. And Llesho, he'd sleepwalked, had a vision of a black pig leading him to a spring. When he wakes properly, he finds a black pearl. Right there, on his palm.
Whoa. Concrete proof.
Exactly. The dreams are real. The pig's vision, the spring, the pearl physically appearing. It connects the spiritual, the dream, and Llesho's own path. That pearl, it's a piece of the Dina's prophecy. It's what Markko's after, and it came right from Llesho's own experience.
And then the surviving dream readers, they give him something.
The silver chain. Now he has the pearl and the chain,
Right.
fulfilling that vision of the Pearl Man.
Right. The image Markko saw.
And the source makes this connection. The silver chain reminds Llesho of other bondages, being a slave, Markko's workshop. It links this quest symbol directly to his past trauma, his history of being controlled. Yeah. And amidst all this, another reveal. Kagar, one of the captors, actually female, and Harlow's cousin, who's in disguise the whole time. The Dina says her experience of the outside world makes her a better acolyte now. Shows how journeys change people, shift their roles.
But the cost. Those dream raiders died protecting him.
Immense cost. The source really emphasizes Llesho's guilt, this huge weight of responsibility. He feels he has to make their sacrifice worth it. It hammers home that this isn't just about fate, it's paid for with lives, loyal lives.
So after Akenbad, the devastation forces start gathering?
Yeah, things shift. Habiba arrives. He's a magician, but also a general for the mortal goddess Sienma. And with him, Kaidu. And surprise, we learn she can turn into an eagle.
Another transformation.
Right. Identity is so fluid here. Plus, other commanders arrive. Troops from Shan, from Theban. They'd tracked Llesho after that infire, which, we now realize, must have been part of the plan to isolate him.
So Habiba brings military might and magic knowledge.
Exactly. And knowledge of Markko. This gathering is a big deal. It merges different groups. Shan, Theban, the remaining Tashek Wostrels, all under Habiba's command. But the text notes there's tension, you know?
Yeah.
Kaidu watching the princes, Llesho's brothers giving wary looks. Unity doesn't erase old mistrust.
And Llesho starts learning new skills.
Crucial ones. From Bolkai, a harnessed shaman who shows up as a stoat.
Stoat, okay.
Yeah. Bolga starts teaching Llesho dream walking. Transformation. Because if the dream world's a battlefield, Llesho needs to fight there, needs to learn how to navigate it. It's about gathering info, reaching people, and preparing for this thing called the Great Dark.
The Great Dark sounds ominous.
It does. So his personal dream issues are now becoming like essential training for some cosmic conflict.
And he actually does these dream walks.
Oh, yeah. And they're vivid. Each one gives him pieces of the puzzle, deeper understanding. He visits Shokar's farm, sees prosperity, but also military readiness. He sees Sho and Lady Siema back in Durnhag. Sho is clearly suffering from Markko's magic, maybe torture. Siema is intense, cold. Their dynamic shows still focused on war. And it hints Siema might have her own reasons, her own agenda. The text asks why about her actions.
Intriguing. And he confronts Markko.
Directly. In a dream. Chilling stuff. Sees Markko's cruelty, his twisted reason for using Llesho for poison tests years ago, and Markko disturbingly calls Llesho son. Plus, the reveal. Markko has dragon blood. This isn't just watching, it's a psychological clash. Reveals Markko's connection to Llesho, his nature.
What are their visions?
He sees Adar, Himishi, and Lingling captured. In Suten's camp, it's awful. Mishi's being tortured badly. Adar's in pain. Ling is holding on. This vision, it creates immediate urgency. They need rescuing. Now.
And then? Luca's dream.
This one's terrifying. It shows the Great Dark, this future hellscape where worlds literally collide, and Luca's just filled with despair. It shows the real stakes are maybe existential. And Luca thinks there's no escaping it.
So these aren't just info dumps, they're shaping Llesho.
Absolutely. Forcing him to face the suffering, his enemy's true nature, this potential awful future. It's heavy.
And right after these revelations, reality hits hard again. A battle.
Markko attacks in the physical world now with stone monsters, animated stone.
Stone monsters, okay.
And the fight is brutal, personal, costly. The horror is there, but the real gut punch is the loss. Harlow the drover, the kidnapper turned friend, he's killed. A lot of the Tashek Wastrels die too.
Oh man, Harlow.
Yeah. And in the aftermath, finding the bodies, there's something really disturbing. Where their hearts should be, there are pearls or stones. Pig, who's now physically there, explains it. Monsters take hearts, leave stones.
That's horrific, stealing the heart itself.
It's a powerful, terrible image of what Markko's magic does. And Llesho's grief is just raw. He initially refuses to take the pearl from Harlow's body. The story really sits with that loss, the personal cost for Llesho or the people following him.
And amidst all that grief, Kaidu reacts strangely.
Yeah, she snaps at little brother, her monkey familiar, grabs him. It's maybe a small detail, but it shows the strain isn't just on Llesho. It's affecting everyone, pushing them to breaking points sometimes, unexpected reactions, a trauma spreading.
So, fueled by that vision of the prisoners, the decision is made. attack Sutan's camp, rescue Adar, Mishi, Liming.
Right, and Linging, even captured, got crucial intel maybe in a dream state. Marco's looking for another Theban prince, Manar the poet. Also, Markko can't track the blind easily, hears camel bells, senses warmth, which might mean Gris is involved somehow.
So intelligence from dreams and reality combine.
Exactly. Shapes the strategy. Full assault plus an ambush. The fighting's fierce. And the source notes this shift in Llesho. He stops seeing opponents, starts seeing enemy.
He's hardened.
Yeah, a necessary change maybe for a commander in war. But it raises that question, who is he becoming? Also interestingly, Yasuge, one of the Harnish leaders fighting with them now, he takes some Harnish people captive. Shows again it's not simple tribal lines, affiliations are complex.
And the rescue itself.
Successful, mostly, but tough. Leiling is amazing, kills Sutan herself, protects Adar. Adar's sound, wounded but alive. Himshiko, near death, tortured terribly. Karina, the healer, works on him, and she says this simple prayer over the dead soldiers.
Soldiers die.
Just the stark reality of it.
Brutal reality.
So
Himishi State just hammers home the enemy's cruelty and Karina's words.
Yeah.
After the fight, Llesho really struggles internally. He's asking himself, am I becoming like him? Like Markko.
That fear again.
Yeah. Shokar, his commander, reassures him, you're a good man, Llesho. It's a key moment showing that internal battle mirroring the external one. He's fighting for his soul, almost.
And then something really strange happens with Mishi.
Okay, yeah, this is where things get really weird. Llesho wakes after the battle, finds Mishi's died. He's devastated, runs off into the woods, just full of grief and rage.
And then?
While he's alone, Lady Chaojin appears, Jimai Khan's wife. But not as a person, as a snake.
A snake. Offering comfort somehow. And then Master Din just pops up, confirms it's her, casually says she'll be back. Like it's normal. It proves these gods, these magical beings, they're not just in dreams. They can show up.
Yeah.
In weird forms. Right, in the real world.
Mind-bending. But what about Mishi? He died.
Plot twist. Later, Mishi wakes up, asks, am I dead?
He's alive. How?
The text doesn't spell it out. Was it Karina's healing? The prayer? Is death just different here? More fluid? Connected to the dream stuff or the gods? We don't know. Llesho just says not anymore. Leaves you wondering.
Wow. Okay, so as this part of the story wraps up, there are loose ends, lingering things.
Definitely. We hear Jimai Khan is sick. Lady Chaojin makes that bizarre claim about having a second heir, a snake child. Taichu, the Harnish ally, is grieving his own lost friends, showing the shared cost.
And Dognut asks that question.
Yeah, the musician turned captor. Asks Llesho, who among the thousands would you trade for the life of your best friend? It's heavy. And Llesho's answer is revealing. He says his friends are his home.
So his quest isn't just for a kingdom anymore.
Seems like it's shifted. It's more personal, finding belonging, connection with the people around him. Meanwhile, Balar is still struggling with his gift, whatever it is. Shows not everyone finds their place easily.
And they move on.
Yeah, they leave Jimai Khan's camp with their new Harnish allies, Taichi, Yasuge, others. They reflect on the differences. Harn culture seems bred for war, Theban for peace. The path ahead is west, looking for Manar, facing Markko. The fight's clearly not over. The source even says, the trilogy concludes with the gates of heaven. This is just part of the story.
Wow. Okay, what a journey. Just unpacking that part of the source. We went from like haunted dreams and laundry gods.
The ancient walls, mystic cities, fighting stone monsters.
Walking through other people's dreams, facing down traitors, powerful magicians.
Navigating the politics of these like moving tent cities. It's a lot.
It really is.
Yeah.
And what stands out is how dreams here aren't just dreams, right? They're battlefields. They're sources of power, paths to knowledge, but also super dangerous.
Totally. And identity. It's so fluid. People transform literally, like Kai do, or figuratively. Secrets come out, like Kaigar. Even the gods show up as snakes. And Llesho himself is changing, constantly questioning who he is.
And the cost.
Yeah.
The sheer weight of it, not just on Llesho, but on everyone. Harlow, the dream readers, their sacrifices are brutal. It makes Llesho face his own potential for darkness, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It forces him to find a reason to keep going, beyond just duty or prophecy.
It really makes you question the nature of reality in this world. I mean, if dreams are real, magic's a weapon, gods are doing laundry next door, and maybe death isn't final, how do you even know where you stand?
Exactly. How do you ground yourself? And thinking about Llesho, finding his home not in a place, not Theban anymore maybe, but in his friends, in those connections.
Yeah.
Even after all the loss and betrayal, that raises a really interesting question for us, I think.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, listening? Maybe consider this. If those lines blurred for you, the line between your inner world, your dreams, fears, thoughts, and the external world, like they do for Llesho, where would you find your stability? What would your real home be built on? Definitely something to mull over. Thank you so much for sharing these sources and letting us take this deep dive with you today.
Yeah, we really hope you found some surprising connections, maybe some aha moments in there.
Until the next time, keep exploring those fascinating topics.